It's just the beginning. Just the beginning. Just the beginning. Just the beginning. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
Hello and welcome to Pop Along RC, the RC YouTube channel focused on RC car racing. And this is the third video in a series for the Schumacher Atom 3. In the last two videos we were getting this car built, and this week we have got this car out on the track. So how did the Atom 3 get on the track? Well, it's important to say, when you've got a new car, there are some setups and things that you need to do, because if I'm completely honest, the car wasn't set up ready for racing. So there was quite a lot of work that needed to do to get this car to perform. So where do we go for our first outing with the Atom 3? Now, the clubs near me are extremely busy at the moment, and unfortunately I was unable to get booked in at my regular club because they were fully booked. Fortunately though, I was able to squeeze into one of the last spots available at Bed's Model Car Club, and they were actually fully booked as well. But fortunately, I was able to get a space, and luckily for me, there were a few Schumacher drivers there. The first one was Dan Robbins. He's been Junior European Champion for GT12. He's raced at the Euros. He's also got 2 national championships under his belt at the young old age of just 15 years old. A very talented driver. Another young driver I must give a shout out is young Finn. He has been racing LMP cars recently and had some success with those. He was also there and helped me out with my car.
I can't do it this side because it's going to...
Okie doke, so round one, and I'm going to be honest, the car was awful. Partly because it just wasn't set up, it wasn't running a straight line, the end points were all out, it was just a little bit of a nightmare. But fortunately I've got a couple of guys down here who have some setup gauges and they've helped me get the car set up, so I'm hoping for a massive improvement in round 2. So let's go get out on the track. So what car have we got here?
We have the Atom 3.
Atom 3. Now how many outings has this car had?
First one tonight.
First run tonight, how's it going?
Yeah, he's doing okay. It's doing all right. It's just playing around, making sure it's got the kit set up on it. Just making sure it's working all right.
I've got kit set up on mine as well, and mine wasn't working all right, but I think...
Yeah, but you hadn't set it up on a setup station.
I hadn't set mine up on a setup station or anything,
No.
so it was turning more one way than the other, and
That sounds
fortunately though, I've got some Schumacher drivers over there sorting my car out for me, so I'll get to have a little
That's always
wander
good.
around the pits to have a look at what they're running.
Yeah, no, it's going all right. It's going all right. It was a nice build. It's a good car.
Yeah, I found the build really pleasant actually.
Yeah, very
It's just,
easy. Yeah.
Without a setup gauge, it kind of was a bit of a lottery throwing it on the track first time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it will be.
hopefully next round will be a little bit smoother for me.
With any luck.
Okay, so round 2 down. The car definitely handled better, a little bit more consistent, but still twitchy in the turns and understeering at speed. So what has been suggested to me is I haven't actually got the added weight pack. So if we have a look at the bottom of the car, you will see loads of holes in the chassis, which are these ones here. And there is a weight pack where you screw in weights to get the car up to weight. Now, then once you put all those in, you then mount all your electrics on top of the weights that are in place. Now, I haven't got those weights in. I'm probably over 100 grams underweight, so I've been lent an under lipo weight, which I've popped in there. I've just taped it to the battery for now. So I'll see if the additional weight makes it a little bit easier to drive in the next round. Okay, so round 3 of qualifying, more of the same, more of me crashing, chunking tyres, and generally having a bit of a mare. But this is all about getting the car set up. I've just done the tweak on the car. I say I've done it, someone did it for me, and hopefully I'll do all right in the final. I've dropped down to the C final. To be quite honest, that's where I deserve to be. It's not been good so far, but let's see how we end up. So you're running a spool at the back instead of
The gear diff.
the gear diff.
Yeah, he won't run a gear diff.
There we go. It was an interesting evening. Now, if I was expecting this car to win races on its first outing, I would be a fool. I built it to kit, and as it was quite hard to drive, partly because the steering angles were all wrong, the end points were wrong. Fortunately, I got the car onto the setup gauges and we got the car set up properly. So therefore, the steering became a little bit more consistent and a little bit more balanced. Once we'd done that, we looked at the weight of the car, and obviously it's well underweight. And this is another thing. With this car, you need to buy the weight set. The next thing, which was slightly more subtle, and it was literally three turns of a screw, and it sorted out the car, was a little bit of tweak that I had in the chassis, and that was to do with just the way I've set it up. So we've sorted out the tweaks, so therefore the left turn and the right turn are behaving a lot more similar now, whereas in the first few rounds the car, it would understeer really aggressively one way, it would oversteer really aggressively one way, and then in the other direction it would understeer and you'd be hitting the outside barrier. So it wasn't the smoothest first run I've ever had of a car, but I can see the potential in this car. When I did get clean laps and the car I managed to get it round well, it was super responsive, really good at getting into the turns. A massive thanks to Finn again, let me have a go of his car and run that round. And what I noticed about his car is he's got it set up so that the front end really does dart into the corner. So there is an element of me not being used to driving a car this responsive and this quick. So I need to get better at driving. I need to learn how to drive this car because it's a lot more responsive than anything I've driven. And now that the car's got a little bit of balance to it, hopefully you'll start to see some more consistent laps from me with this car. So, as I said in the video, I made it into the C final, and I was on pole for the C final, and I was the quickest car in. So, what I chose to do is just dial everything back a touch and try for a clean race. I didn't have to worry about trying to chase down anybody, I just wanted to keep it clean. As a result, my fastest lap and my top 10 average was super tight. I'm talking, I think it's about 0.1, 0.2 of of a second, so that is really good grouping, and my overall average wasn't far off of that either. So really pleased that the consistency started to come up towards the end. I just need to get better at driving so that I can make the most of this car. So hopefully that video has been quite interesting. Still a long way to go with this project. I'm looking to get hold of the weights, get those installed. There'll be a video on that soon, and hopefully you'll like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong bell so you can continue on our GT12 journey.